Previously on Masks and Martyrs.
You all managed to complete your mission of infiltrating the Von Tepler estate and abscond with Lynn away from the chaos. You all find yourselves in a relatively out of the way inn and brothel called the Strange Bedfellows.
Lynn, I said earlier that I wanted to talk to you, and maybe we should do that after we've slept.
You wake up on the floor to a knocking at the door.
Who is it?
My name is Mr. Morris Kipling, and events are currently unfolding more quickly than I would have been comfortable with.
You've created quite a stir. My business is facilitating, ideally, a safe return of Lady Von Tepler. I understand you have very little reason to trust me. There are individuals in the city who could offer her some protection.
If I'm not getting paid, I'm gonna just go home.
Lady Kayam, read the scroll that I have left in front of you. And listed there, you see information on your household.
They're okay?
Yes, for now.
I'm in.
There is an individual in the city who has found himself rising to great prominence recently. They're calling him Rufus the Just, and I believe that he would treat you honorably. It may be your best bet.
Good plan. Let's go. Enough talk.
Oh shit! I still have to have my conversation with Lynn! Oh shit.
Well, you guys have to go change, so...
Oh yeah, that's true.
So, you two are going to change. Brika and Reagan, what are you two doing?
Reagan has to go put her armor on. She did not have enough time to do that, and she does not sleep in her armor.
Wow, what a pansy.
Excuse me, Monty, that's a big talk coming from someone who doesn't have any!
You can dish it, but you can't take it!
Oh, I can take it. You want to take this outside, kid?
No.
I'll show you what fear tastes like.
And just like that, the seeds of dissent were sown, and the party destroyed itself.
Finally.
My greatest act.
Brika, you doing anything?
Just some, light packing, probably.
Practicing phasing in and out of existence.
She doesn't need to practice.
That's true.
Yeah, this is Brika Cha, okay? Let's not assume that she's like, oh yeah, what if yeah, come on.
See, now that you guys have talked her up so much, all of my roles are immediately going to be, terrible.
What you all don't realize is that, this whole time, whenever everybody compliments her, she's been blushing, but she has red scales. So it's all gone to her head, you know?
Brika would never do that. How dare you?
Brika is a modest kobold.
Just a modest kobold. Alright, okay. So, what are you doing, Monty?
That might be a good time. Okay. So. Lynn!
Monty.
How are you? How's the weather?
How's the weather? It's a wonderful day.
It's actually kind of gray right now. Gray outside.
Well, shit. Now they have nothing to talk about.
So I told you I was going to talk to you, and I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to tell you the things. I'm going to sit down. You can sit down if you'd like, but I'm going to do it. So he goes and sits on the bed. I can't. I need a drink.
Also, did we get any indication of whether or not Lynn wants to go home?
It seems like... Here's the thing. Lynn doesn't have a bad relationship with her parents. However, in the moment, the reason Lynn went with y'all is because she trusts Monty, and because there was, active fighting going on. And then when when y'all got down to, the courtyard, you saw that there was more active fighting going on. And she was like, oh, fuck, this is bad.
And Reagan saved her life.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because Lynn fell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Reagan picked her up and carried her by the arm.
Ingrates.
Oh, yeah.
So, I have not been completely honest with you, Lynn. And I didn't want to drag you halfway around the city or anywhere else or do anything without telling you as much. And first of all, I'm sorry. And second of all, I'm really sorry. I've never told anybody this. Montague Pensmith isn't real.
What?
My real name is not Montague Pensmith.
I don't think I understand.
About, and he counts on his fingers, like he actually kind of has to think about it. Almost 3 years ago, I ran away from the only home I've ever known and the only name I've ever known.
Other than you.
Other than you. No. And, my name used to be Angelique. Angelique Aminoris Lothlinia.
Aminoris? Aminoris?
Yes.
Please don't say they're cousins.
No, it's not Monty. There are currently 17 heirs to the Aminoris line. I know all of them by name. I know because they are always trying to kill one another.
Yeah.
There's not an...
Yeah. They do that.
You...
I don't really know any of the other ones though.
Do I need to bow?
No.
No? Do I...
No. Like I said, I'm Aminoris Lothlinia. Do you know the Lothlinia family?
That seems very unlikely, Monty.
I know,
for
it
that.
does, doesn't it? But about 18 years ago, some change, they decided they wanted to try and broker a peace between these two warring families. And so my mother was married off to my father, prince and a princess of the two families, and they didn't really care for each other, but they were at least dutiful to their whole plan, and so I was born. And then, not even 6 months later, my mother was murdered. And they realized, oh, well, maybe it's not safe for us to have an heir of two different families who hate each other. And so they put me away in a big palace, very empty palace in neutral territory. And I was raised by a dragonborn named Osiris. And I spent 16 years and some change by myself in a countryside, reading every book that I could get and begging people to steal more books for me. And my name was Angelique, not Monty. And I'm sorry.
So, why are you sorry?
Because I lied to you. Montague Pensmith is somebody I always wanted to be, but he's not real, I guess. And I never really realized... I've never had anybody look at me more than once. Oh, Montague Pensmith. Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. Oh, okay. Nerdy boy, books, got it. All right, we're done here. And you sat and talked to me and were my friend and cared for me, and I ardently care for you, and I didn't think I would ever want or need to think about Angelique again. And then Osiris was that, and I was being blackmailed into stealing the scroll from your family. And I realized that being Montague around someone as wonderful as you was not very safe for you. And if I cared for you, that I should tell you the truth, I think is what I arrived at. And then everything went really sideways. So,
Monty, I have never had a real friend. I am the daughter of the Archduke Erwin von Templer. I am expected to marry someone at some point for some political alliance. That was supposed to be my life, so I could smile, I could talk, I could do all the things that I'm supposed to do at court, but I've never had a friend. I've never had really anyone other than my family. You were the first person who ever didn't recognize my name. And yes, I talked to you, but you talked to me, a shy girl with a half-marked face who couldn't stop reading books. It wasn't. I'm not the only one. You helped me too, Monty, and I admit that's a lot. But I understand. I understand why you wouldn't want people to know that. That's a lot. That is.
It is, isn't it?
Yes, that's.
I honestly kind of wished that Angelique was dead. I haven't felt like Angelique in years. I don't know what's real. But Montague Pensmith was a name I thought I was cool, and I thought, perhaps I'd like to try being a boy for a while. And
at this point, she sits next to you and puts her hand on your hand, and she says, "So then, be Montague Pensmith. No one knows, except for this Zagyrus person, but no one else knows who you are. No one else has any idea, and if she shows up, if she tries to do anything, I am the daughter of the Archduke Erwin von Templer. I will think of something. I won't let her make you into something you don't want to be. You shouldn't have to do
First of all,
this.
Lynn. You're Lynn von Templer before you're the daughter of the Archduke.
Also, so Cyrus is the only thing standing between Monty and freedom. Reagan can arrange some things.
But the thing is, that's a complicated subject!
Well,
Anyway, Lynn, I just didn't want to keep lying to you, and I want you to have this thing, because I think it's going to help you. I don't know when, and I don't know how, but I know something's starting right now. No, I don't know when, and I don't know how, but I think this could help you in the future. And he pulls out this little key that Andrew gave me in the first game that I never used. And this key, I've been researching, and he pulled it up between the two of them, and so it unlocks once a day. It's actually really cool. I haven't quite figured out how it does it. And he's smiling again because he's like, ooh, a mystery. Let's get academic in here. But I haven't figured out how it does it. But once a day, it, I believe, unlocks a lock. Any lock. Doesn't matter. It's a skeleton key for anything once a day, including lies. So, you can find out one truth with this per day. Get yourself out of one locked door per day if you have to. And I think it might help you a lot. And also, you can, well, originally I was expecting this whole conversation to go a lot worse than it did. And I mean, nothing against you. I thought I was going to mess it up. And so this was going to be here's my proof that I'm not lying. Ask the key thing about anyway, please take it.
She takes it. She says, "Thank you. Before we go, you're not just gonna leave when I'm back with my parents, right? You're not just gonna
Well,
run
first
away.
you have to make sure your parents don't kill me. That's a big one.
I'm not gonna let them kill you.
I don't think you will.
Reagan will be harder to blame. It probably is best if she's not there when we're
Probably
talking
is
to
best
them.
if she's not there.
Yeah.
Just
Bree
put
is
her
nice,
in like
though.
the pantry and just give her some headphones and let her disassociate for a bit.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
don't
like
worry,
in her
there's a-
sensory deprivation chamber in the basement.
Yeah. Like, does Rufus have one? Because that would be helpful.
Oh, no. I have a whole floor plan for the residence. It's pretty
Okay.
dope.
Like, she has reason not to fuck this up, so she's not as likely to, but I don't fucking know what Reagan's gonna do when she sees them. I rolled for it last time.
Yeah, that's
Believe
true.
me, we all know Reagan has no idea what she's
Yeah.
doing, which is why it's great.
So yeah, I don't make Reagan's decisions, the dice do. So yeah. Anyway.
Alright.
I'd like to stay around you as long as you'll have me, but
Young love.
he doesn't even know it. He doesn't even like recognize it as that. Monty is not emotionally intelligent.
That's why it's young love.
As long as you'll have me, I would love to stay near you, but I worry about your safety when it comes to what the whole political bullshit around my family would be like, and that's why I've been on the move. And then there's the whole Cyrus thing. I don't even know what to think about that right now.
Monty, I have never really been safe. That's why I have a secret passage to the library. It's
That's an excellent point. Why didn't I think of that?
let's get to my parents.
Burn the bridge when we come to it?
I don't quite know if you want to be burning the bridges.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
we
want
can-
to be burning
yeah.
the bridge. It's a bad joke. I'm a bad joke.
No, I know. I just didn't. I just.
so
I just,
awkward.
I just,
They're such teenagers!
So do you want to go now?
Oh, well, we gotta get changed, but please don't laugh at me. All of me.
No, never. No. There's a screen we can if you don't.
That would be excellent.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. And so they do that.
Yeah. And so then two figures emerge. Freaking Reagan, you see it is so you're dressed as her, right?
Yeah.
And what is Lynn disguised as?
Lynn is wearing Monty's usual clothes.
Okay.
Is Monty using disguise self to look more like Lynn?
Yes.
Okay.
And the best that Monty can make happen with Lynn's hair, because he's not gonna cut her hair, is he's like put it into like a kind of bushy ponytail and like fanned it forward so it looks a little bit like at passing glance like his really bushy black hair that he has.
Okay. Cool.
Can I retroactively roll to see if Brika Cha was able to eavesdrop on that entire conversation?
Roll stealth for me.
17 plus 17 plus 11. So 28.
Hey, can you roll a perception? Actually, no, you wouldn't have known to check. So yeah,
No, I
it's
wouldn't have
your-
even attempted to check.
That beats your passive sense. So Brika, you heard all of that.
Excellent. Brika likes to know what's going on.
Brika Cha is not in the dark anymore, folks.
Brika's is not just being nosy. She wanted to make sure that the kids were all right.
All I can picture now is just like Monty's just like, you're the only person I've ever told, and then it's just like pans over to Brika, just in the window, just like peeking over, just like the second person.
Brika Cha with a glass to the door.
Yes.
Like, oh shit.
Or so you thought. I just want everyone to know that Reagan had a good heart-to-heart with her armor.
Yeah, spent some time polishing the breastplate.
She's
and
just
all
like, hey, I'm glad, you know.
Thanks and stuff.
I don't say it, right? We're good. We're
And then the armor said, it's armor. It doesn't talk.
yes.
Don't be
That's right.
ridiculous.
So the four of you go downstairs and you see currently Mr. Kipling is speaking to Madame Dupont, and he's speaking with her in sort of a low hushed tone.
Reagan walks over to them because she doesn't know how to read a room.
And as you approach, he's good. Are you ready to depart?
Yeah, hold on real quick, and she turns to Madame DuPont. You ever need security? Here's my card. It's just a scrap of paper with her name scribbled on it. Her handwriting's atrocious.
She looks amused and she says, well, Morris here makes sure that we're taken care of, but if you're ever looking for a good time, and then she, flicks out her own card, which is an immaculate fucking business card.
Wow.
American Psycho levels of oh my god. That
It's a nice
Reagan
print, good font.
Reagan has a whole American Psycho moment of just oh my god, that tasteful off-white coloring, the raised font.
I'm such a fool.
God, I'm such an idiot.
How did I ever think?
That's all I've ever wanted.
So then, Mr. Kipling says, all right, I'll be sending word to the Von Templars.
Don't mention I'm there.
No, that would be very stupid.
It would. I just wanted to make sure you weren't very stupid. That was a test. You passed.
I'm not a great deal of many things. I'm not a brave man. I'm not a strong man. I'm not a powerful man, but I am not a stupid man. It is one of my few skills is not being a stupid man. So, I will contact them. And yes, good luck. You're going to need it. But I do believe you're doing the right thing.
I again would like to emphasize that we did not kidnap Lynn.
I did save her life.
I will be certain that when the letter is delivered to them, it specifies that exact thing.
Well, no, I wasn't there. Tell them, Brika did it or something.
I will tell them enough information. Too many specifics and powerful people get nervous.
But remember, I was never here. And Reagan starts backing away, trying to disappear into thin air like Brika does.
As you hear the clank, 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 clank.
And that's a 6, so...
Sneaking like Alphonse Elric.
Good to know. Well, I will take my leave. Madame Dupont, he sort of bows to her. He says, Lady Von Templar, Miss Cha, Miss Kai, Lady Kayham, Mr. Pensmith, good luck. And with that, Mr. Morris Kipling turns and walks away. On the way out, he nods at Carp and slips him a small pouch with some coin in it, and then leaves.
Suspicious.
Or he was paying off the guy who was watching the door.
Suspicious.
You know what? Sure. It turns out everything is poison in the whole place. He just wanted the character development to happen first before he killed you all.
Exactly.
That's what matters to him.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all are heading out. None of you are super familiar with these streets. Is anybody proficient in survival?
I think I am.
Sure. So if you can make a survival check, so we can see what happens here.
11!
Okay. It's not too hard of a check. You're able to find your way through the different sort of side streets of Sots Alley, and eventually you come to more of sort of the wharves proper, if there really are any wharves proper. There are three major shipping districts. There are the wharves. There are the Com shipping district, which Lady Saya Com, who we mentioned, she runs those. Pretty Iron Fist, and then sort of outside the actual walls on sort of the west bank of this bay are more sort of like the more lawless area, nominally under control of Hintilla, but not quite, because Hintilla hasn't been attacked in so many years, literally centuries. So there's been some urban sprawl. However, you guys walk for some time, and how do you want to proceed? Let's get that out of the way right now. How are y'all proceeding? Marching order and how do you all want to Are some people in stealth? Are some people trying to draw a little more attention? Are you all trying to be stealthy?
Reagan did stealth in the place and rolled a 6, so I'm gonna stick with
No, I'm not gonna lie. That was more of a goof and a gaff, more something okay.
But I'm always willing to commit to my bit.
And I appreciate that.
And
but
I'm
thankfully,
also horrified by it, so please roll again.
9!
Slightly better. Okay, so we're all trying to stealth. Is that the goal?
That sounds fine, but Monty is kind of actually acting the part of trying to look like Lynn, so he is actually kind of holding on to Lynn's hand and kind of urging her to, play up the part. You got this.
Lynn does her best. It's kind of like in Mulan.
Do you even want to roll, Julia, by the way?
Monty, roll a performance check. After the first ships, Lynn actually starts walking sort of a cocksure, kind of young
young dude, just kind of like looking around, kind of scoffing a bit because she got a natural 20 on her performance check.
Nice!
Um,
And this is what she thinks Monty's act like.
Well, no. Monty said play it up, and so she's playing it up. She's just kind of like sauntering around, like sometimes when she sees someone who looks a bit kind of tougher, she sort of sneers at him, you know.
The real Montague Pensmith.
Lynn, sweetheart.
Montague Pensmith, for his part, rolled a 10 on performance, so not great.
At acting like Lynn.
Well, he's so used to... Look, Monty has been doing a performance check for his entire life for the past couple of years. It's a little bit hard to get out of that role.
And then Brika, roll stealth for me.
I rolled a modified 22.
So not the stealthiest other than Brika.
And Reagan's supposed to be being a distraction, actually, per her talk with Brika, so...
Well, I'd like to imagine that rather than being super stealthy, we're just being kind of casual.
Yeah, that was the goal.
We're just getting from one place to another, like all you other common folk.
Okay, in that case, Reagan, roll a performance check for me instead.
Sure.
Because Brika is stealthy, but she can sort of like move quiet, like, you know.
Here on Brika.
I'm pretty sure I have none. Yeah, it's 4.
So Reagan is just sort of walking around like
Doing her own fucking stealth theme music.
No. Reagan's doing like that. What a good day this is. Hope nothing happens.
Weather.
Just going where we're going.
Don't
you
know
know.
her, just keep walking.
But the first 30 minutes pass uneventfully. Then you see ahead of you there is a patrol of the Alabaster Guard, which is the city guard. There are around 10 of them. They're led by a man in what looks to be captain's regalia. They are walking directly towards you down the street.
Hail and well met, fellow.
There an alleyway?
Yes, there is.
I have a question for the DM.
Yes.
Okay, so Brika is so fucking stealthy. Reagan is a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
If Brika were to ride on Reagan's shoulders and cover her goddamn mouth, would they balance out into a normal, like a regular person stealth?
Sadly, the fact that you would be like clinging to her back, like some kind of like weird like pilot of a mech.
Like a kobold backpack?
Yeah. They'd probably notice.
Okay, just for future endeavors. Anyway, yes.
Alleyway. To my what direction, Andrew?
To your right.
Okay, just gonna casually tug Lynn. Oh, let's go this way. This looks like a good direction. Let's go here. Come on.
Okay. So you guys go in there. Thankfully, they did not notice.
Since they have such a great distraction.
Yeah, that's the reason. And so they walk until the patrol walks up and the captain says, yes, can I help you?
No! What a gray day we're having, though, am I right?
Yes, it is cloudy.
Man, sure is. And Reagan just keeps walking, hoping that was enough to...
Okay. He kind of gives you a long look as you walk away.
Cool. She's walking.
But then he turns and like gets the rest of his boys to fall back in line. His guys and gals.
Just kind of like shrug emoji.
It's like, you know, this person was like, hey, the weather, right? And he's like, what? And she's like, yeah, the weather, and walked away. And he was like, he got a 6 on his perception check and a 9 on his insight, so he wasn't like super. He's got a job to do. He's doing it. You know, he's a dude.
Like, they're not causing any trouble. They're just talking about the weather.
Y'all reconvene, and after another half an hour, you all find yourselves in sort of a sleepier street. Most of the people are already like working in whatever businesses they are at, or down at the docks because you guys are currently at the wharves. When you see ahead of you is a tiefling, sort of standing in the middle of the street. He has sort of a wide-brimmed hat, a long coat which has the sleeves cuffed just below the elbow. He's wearing kind of like he's wearing a fingerless gloves that look like they've seen better days, and
he's red.
Yeah, he's a red tiefling.
Is he hot?
As you look, you see that he's sort of got like the whole like the stubble kind of like avant-garde kind of like grin look to him.
So like, yeah.
This is a good-looking dude.
Is this the same dude?
No, that tiefling looked like innately and inherently just sad, tired, like he had the weight of the world on his shoulders. This guy looks like he looks a bit more devil may care.
Okay.
And he says, "Excuse me, couldn't help but notice that
The weather, right?
Oh, yes, the weather. And that uniform, it's, what is that?
We call it black around here.
and of Von Templar residency.
Yeah, she's my maid.
I don't believe it for a second.
Fine, you be prejudiced. What, you think I don't look like the kind of person who could have a maid? Is that
No,
it?
but you.
Hey, everyone!
No, but you do match the
This guy's classist!
But you do match the description of someone who should, by all means, be in prison right now. And seeing as you.
My maid?
No, you.
Oh, me personally. No, I get that a lot.
I'm going to have to ask you to relinquish her into my custody.
Did you relinquish me into your custody?
No, the maid.
Oh, no.
You.
Nah.
Here's the thing. You're going to do it.
No, I really don't think I am. But anyway, it's good talking to you.
Okay.
He sort of raises his hand when you guys are around 15 feet away from him. And he says, "If you keep walking, I'm going to have to incapacitate you. I'm sorry."
Listen, buddy. And Reagan puts her hand on her sword. I've killed a lot of people a lot bigger than you. So, what's gonna happen here is you're gonna let us pass and forget you ever saw us, or I kill you now. Your choice. Just saying. You don't scare me.
Roll intimidation.
That is a 17.
He looks at you and he says, "Listen, I got a job. I got to bring a very important person to the Von Templars. And,
You know, it's funny you say that because I also have a job, and I don't like to leave a job half done.
And he says, "Listen, I would love to walk away, but, bad folks out here. Give me the girl, and, maybe you go to ground, hide out a couple days, make your way out of the city. That's my offer here."
Reagan pulls out her sword and slams it against the wall. Bad people in this alley, huh? You just met one of them. Roll for initiative! Hey friends, thank you so much for coming to this episode of Masks Martyrs. This is your producer Diana, and I have some housekeeping and a couple plugs to take care of as usual. So first of all, if you're enjoying the show, we would really appreciate if you could leave us a review wherever you're listening and subscribe to the podcast. We really appreciate you being here and discovering the world along with us, and we hope you're enjoying it. Also, I hope the audio quality is a little bit easier to listen to this episode. I tried to pay a little bit closer attention to the levels for you guys, so hopefully it's all easier to hear. If you would like to talk to us, by the way, you can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at Masks and Martyrs, or tweet at us using the hashtag Masks and Martyrs. We really love hearing from you. I love making friends with you guys, and we also have a Discord server. So if you talk to us there, we can invite you to that, and it'll be great. If you like this program, you'll probably also be interested in some of the other shows on the Nerdification Media Network. Sarah and Katie have recently added on the Fruitscast, which is a review show for the new Fruits Basket anime. And also, we are excited to announce that Dwarf Stars and Dreadnoughts is now available on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and probably some others. I submitted to a lot of them. Also this week, we are partnered with Milk and Honey Comics and Apparel. Milk and Honey is a comics anthology zine run by Giancarlo D'Alessandro, who's an old friend of mine. It's a really cool little anthology, and you can check them out at milkandhoneycomics.com, and I'll leave a link to that in the description. They are also on Instagram at Milk and Honey Comics. Last but not least, our music credits. Our intro music is Threads of Fate by Diana Paparozzi, who is still me. Our mid-roll and the previously on music is Kevin MacLeod's Dreamlike. Our ending theme is Merry Meet Meg by Hopper and the Books on Tape. This episode, we also have a piece that you heard earlier during Monty and Lynn's conversation, which is called Lynn by Daniel Paparozzi. As a reminder, our music is available to our patrons on Patreon after it debuts in each episode. With that, I'm going to let you guys get back to the episode. Thank you so much for listening, and thanks for stopping by.
his grin kind of widens a bit, and he reaches into into a pocket, and just there's just like something like a fan of playing cards in his hand.
Reagan's proficient with playing cards.
So is Monty, actually.
Who are you people? Brinka would like to get in between Reagan and this tiefling gentleman.
Sure.
Brinka would like to ask this gentleman, and who exactly are you?
Something of a professional. They call me the guardsman.
Reagan says, I respect that.
Not a name. That's not a name.
It is the only name that I was ever given.
Can you roll a perception for me, Brikacha?
That is a 15
Plus.
I don't know if I... so 18.
So you see that on his forearm, sort of the upper half of his left forearm, there's a slave brand there. It looks like it was done a very long time ago, and based on how it's been warped, probably when he was very young. So when he says, the only name I was given...
I see.
So, are we doing this with peace or a bit more violence?
That depends. You ready to walk away?
We would prefer peace, if possible.
Really like peace.
Then, madam, you may come into my custody. I assure you that no harm will come to you until I have returned you to the Von Templars.
Who are you working for? I really would like to know that before I start traipsing off with people that I don't know.
I was contracted by a representative of the Von Templar household.
We're actually on our way to meet them now. Why don't you just come with us?
No, we're serious. Like, we're completely 100% serious.
I find that doubtful, seeing as you are
Perception check me, bitch!
matching. I find that doubtful because
The key!
The key.
Lynn!
The what?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say Lynn.
At that, his eyes sort of like flicker for a second, and he goes, "Interesting. So, here's the situation. Two of you match descriptions of criminals who are known burglars, attempted murderers."
Reagan was about to be like, no, I'm no burglar.
No, you burgled. You definitely burgled. You broke and entered. That is burglary.
You did
True,
burgle.
you did burgle.
Oh, I did burgle.
Burgled, goddammit!
There was burglaring involved. So, honestly, I find it hard to believe that you have the lady's best intentions at heart, to be quite honest.
Listen, I may not, but that one, and she points at Lynn as Monty, definitely does. We have a magic, truth-telling thing, so, listen, your quarrel's not with them.
Yes, and I understand that, but at this point, Monty, what is a 22 versus your AC?
That hits. I have a 13.
Okay, Monty, out of nowhere, a crossbow bolt shoots out, boom, and you take 5 damage.
Now, can we roll for initiative?
At that, the cardsman, his head whips around, and he just goes, "Shit, there's others." Roll initiative for me, guys.
Damn
We tried. We really tried.
10.
9. 14.
9
Fabrica.
for Monty.
Liam got a 17. Yes. Sadly, Lynn is a bit of a mess of a character build right now. And what's this? Oh shit! Wow, you're pretty good actually. The cardsman moves first. He immediately just bolts in the direction of the bolt. He looks over at Monty.
Like where it came from?
Yeah, he looks at Monty, sort of gets the lay of the land from him, sort of sees where it hit, and just turns his back to y'all and starts running sort of at a 45-degree angle from you guys.
Okay, bye.
We could run in the opposite direction.
At this point, you see just sort of a spark of fire shooting over at Monty. However, this time you are on guard. As a firebolt careens over, you just sort of duck out of the way and barely manage to dodge it. But you do manage to dodge it, which is good. At this point, Lynn is just like, "What the fuck is happening?" And she is gonna run over to you and to check on you because she's not quite sure what's happening or going on. She's just
That's
concerned
good. We'll
mostly.
keep up the act to make it look like I'm Lynn.
You just go, "Oh no, I am the target, me."
Yes, I am in for Debla.
Another arrow. Okay, another crossbow. Boom at you. But once more, you're on your guard. They're not rolling great now. So then, Brikacha, you're up.
Brikacha!
Brikacha is going to come to Monty and Lynn's defense, and first things first, hiss at Monty. This is why I didn't want anyone to be dressed like noble girl that everyone wants to kill! Next time you listen to Brika!
Better they kill me than her!
Yes, Mom.
Now, we have crossbow bolts flying from somewhere.
So, like, if you guys are, like, in the middle of the street, you're walking north to the northwest, which is where the car's been he said, shit, there's others, and he started running towards it. That's where the crossbow bolts are coming from. Then, from the east is where the firebolt came from. You don't see either of them right now. However, you do see, coming from behind you guys, fading in from the alley, is a huge man with a battle axe.
Reagan smiles when she sees him.
And then a dwarf who has two metal gauntlets. He kind of just like punches together, and they start to like spark a bit. He like takes up a fighting stance as they start to approach you. But it's still your turn. That's just sort of like what you see.
What if we ran? What if we ran? What if we did not engage?
You think you're faster than a dwarf? He got little legs.
Okay, yes, Brikacha would very much like to get Monty and Lynn to run the fuck out of here, but is also afraid that they're going to get shot.
I've already been shot once. Yeah, it's like he hasn't even pulled it out of his shoulder yet.
So because of your archetype as a rogue, you are like an inquisitive, like perceptive rogue. That's like your whole thing. If you'd like, you can make a perception check to see if you can see through these two people's stealths. They are hiding right now. The two long range people.
Okay, then that is what I will do, because I trust Reagan will be taking on Big Axe Mick
fuck
metal hands.
Yes, fuck you up.
That's a 7.
You are not able to ascertain their whereabouts just yet. They roll pretty well for their hide checks.
Can I just throw a dagger in their general direction?
I mean, there's the two other guys that you do know where they are.
Oh, I do?
Yeah,
I thought they were all hiding.
Axe fuck
No. The axe dude and the dwarf who's like punching his fists together. Those two are coming from the south. They're coming from behind you guys. They seem like they're the ones who like engage in the front while the other two like pepper from afar, like a pew pew pew.
All right, Axeman. The flaming dagger routine has worked for me in the past.
It's not bad. Let's be honest here. Okay, so bonus action, you light it on fire.
Yep.
And roll an attack.
10 plus
17, and this is against the axe guy, right?
Yes, the Axeman.
That'll hit. So you do not get sneak attack on it, but you do get your 1d4 plus 2d8 plus 5.
4 plus 11 is 16, plus 5 is 21.
Thank you.
Brika-cha!
Brika fucking cha gets first blood against these guys. So you throw out the dagger, boom, and it just gouges into him. Like, you can see sort of just like the flesh like cauterizing and bubbling as it cuts through. It actually goes clear through him, and then sort of like clatters to a stop behind him. He just goes, fucking. Yeah. You still have your movement action if you would like to use it.
Can I use my movement to take the crossbow bolt out of Monty?
Yeah, roll a medicine check for me.
Oh god.
See how that goes.
Maybe this is probably a bad idea. Actually, no, this sounds okay.
You're proficient.
That's a 1.
No, that's a 1.
Aww. Monty's
That's
dead
fine.
now.
I deserved it.
You start to pull it out, and you actually do, instead of like just a brute force, and Monty, you are now actively bleeding because when you take
Out
an
of a wound,
arrow
it's-
or something out, it was plugging it up. So Monty, every turn you're gonna take 1 damage.
Yay.
Every one of your turns. So at that point, Reagan, you're up. There's one big boy, one little big boy, and 2 quiet boys.
And how's Big Guy looking?
Big guy, it was a sizable hit, but he's a pretty tough dude.
She's gonna go for Big Guy then, I guess.
Okay.
With the longsword. Does a 16 hit?
16 does hit, yeah.
Woo! Okay. So then we get a D8 slashing. Okay, no, it's 9. I assume a 12 doesn't hit?
The 12 does not hit, no. So the first one, vroom, you slice into him, leaving a trail of blood along his chest. And then the second one, you go to stab, and he just twists out of the way, glancing it off of the hilt of his battle axe.
And then Reagan smiles and said, "Good, I thought this was going to be boring."
So
And spits out another tooth.
Oh my god, where are
She
they all
just looks
coming from?
Okay, at this
She
point...
eats teeth for breakfast.
No. At this point, I'm just going to say that Reagan has a bag of teeth she collects and puts them into her mouth before bites as an intimidation tactic.
Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Just a mouth full of teeth. Teeth in all the wrong places.
But
That's
Reagan counts your teeth every night because she takes them.
Yep.
So, Monty, you're
Okay,
up.
so
What's Big
really
Boy doing?
thinking about running the fuck away, but I guess I'll fire off a spell. Actually, no. You know what? I'm gonna cast Flaming Spear. Who has the most amount of hit points?
So you get the impression there's 4 enemies total. Of the 2 that you can see, the dwarf with the punchy dwarf seems like he has taken less damage than the hatchet man.
I'm gonna throw a flaming sphere at Punchy Dwarf. A 5-foot diameter sphere of fire appears in an unoccupied space of my choice. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere must make a dexterity saving throw. However, I have Sculpt Spell, so I can avoid damaging them on this.
You can position this in a way that it doesn't actually hit Reagan
Okay,
at all.
It's not gonna
Or
hurt.
anybody
It's not
else.
gonna hurt anybody but who I want it to hurt.
Like based on where they are now,
Then
yeah.
I'm gonna do that. So they need to, any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere must make a dexterity saving throw. And I can just move,
Yeah.
I can move the sphere
Yeah.
around all I want.
You can. So what's he have to, what
He
does
has
he
to
have to
beat a
beat?
16.
He does beat it. So he does beat it. He got a natural 16 before his modifiers. But he still takes half
he
damage,
does.
I think,
He's
right?
So 8 is what I rolled.
Okay, so he, as the fire like licks out towards him, he sort of like jerks out of the way, but you can still see some of his his left arm gets a little burned from it still, because he was sort of like starting to smoke, like his clothes are smoking, pats it out.
As
real
a
quick.
bonus action, I can move the sphere up to 30 feet. Can I ram it into the other guy?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can actually.
I do that.
Okay, so he has to make a dexterity save.
Yeah.
He's not. So
do I roll new damage or?
yes, you roll new damage with each instance of it, because essentially like it's like the fire is always fire, but it changes like what could happen essentially. So it's like he may twist out of the way. It just simulates like different amounts of damage in different circumstances. Like if he's a little quicker, he may take less damage. That kind of thing.
Roll. That is a 7.
7. Cool. Okay. So you sort of step up, conjuring, twisting your hands around in sort of a circle, and as you do, out towards them, sort of just the air starts to shimmer and ripple and twist and twist and twist, and as soon as it becomes superheated, this hyper condensed ball of oxygen, you just snap your fingers, and it just lights it as white hot sphere of fire, burning the dwarf, and then you twist it over to the side, slamming it into the axe guy, and then they're both burned. At this point, dwarf guy is just seeing you are a magic person is gonna run towards you eerily fast for a dwarf.
But he got
Almost-
little legs. Reagan tried to warn you.
Almost as if he has a step of the
no.
wind, and he just leaps towards you. He gets up in your face because he's very fast. So he launches out his first punch. It's just like a compact jab, which you just duck out of the way because you got it too. The second one is a 15 versus
now
AC.
use shield.
He comes in trying like with a low uppercut to try and catch you as you're going down. However, you see that coming, put your hand out, and just a shimmering shield of arcane energy just flares into existence, and it just
Nice.
glances off his fist. He snarls and goes to just front kick you, using a flurry of blows. That was jacked. This one is gonna hit.
With my plus 5 to
that's
AC, so I have an 18 armor class?
Actually, no, he has a 17. Sorry, I thought
you
had a
13. I have a 13 armor class, and shield gives me a plus 5 bonus to AC.
Plus 5. Yeah. So you actually so he like goes to front kick you, and you just, and as he does, you push more force out into it, and it just sort of catches the kick and just negates the force. At that, he just kind of goes. He looks at you and he just pounds his fists together again. There's again those sparks. Reagan, big boy, is gonna just swing twice at you with his axe. He's not happy. He got an 18.
Yeah, 18 doesn't hit, so fuck you.
All right.
I meant
so
to him, not you personally.
So he's no, I know. So he makes a huge swing with the battle axe, misses. At that point, he just he looks really mad, and as you watch his muscles sort of just like flare up, like not quite Dragon Ball Z style, but a little bit like Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, hey.
His veins are popping out.
Guess
and
what?
then he what?
I can do riposte because he missed.
That's true. You can.
If you finish your sentence, can I do it afterwards? Because I don't want to interrupt you.
Oh no, he just missed this other attack.
Oh, okay.
He got a 3. Yeah, he just missed. He just missed.
Okay.
So you can make your attack.
Nat 20. So D8.
Oh no, actually no, yeah, because he raged in the second attack. And this is before that. Yeah, so he doesn't have the damage resistance either because he hadn't raged yet. Yes, this is just going to be
bad.
A lot of damage.
It's going to be real bad because I also rolled an 8 on my D8 plus 4, so 12 times 2.
You double the dice you roll, not the actual modifier.
The dice itself.
But that's still
20
damage.
Yep.
That's 20 damage. Okay, he looks. Wait. So actually, I'd be remiss if I didn't say this. With your superiority die, you actually double that too, because don't you add your superiority die to the damage on it?
Oh yeah, if you you add the superiority die to the attack's damage roll.
Yep. It's a D8.
So add another D8.
So roll that.
It's 8.
It's an 8 again.
Yeah.
So you dealt 16, 32, 36 points of damage.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's what you get for missing, you piece of shit.
So in one turn, you dealt as much damage to him as had been dealt every subsequent attack against him. And as he brings his axe down two-handed, trying to like break through you, you just shield up. You glance off at the shield, like turn, using your momentum, just like bring your sword, slicing through him, and then step behind him. You see that he kind of tries to like enter into his rage to try and, but the damage is too much, and he falls over dead.
Does he? Okay, can Reagan turn around and start walking away, and then his body explodes?
His head can't explode because then we'd have a whole problem with exploding heads in this campaign.
Like a small explosion, cosmetic only. I rolled a nat 20, Andrew.
Brika's flaming
it's more
dagger
like,
is still over there if you want to stand in front of it dramatically.
Yeah.
It's more like essentially you block it, spin, twist, and then start walking away.
Okay,
and
good.
as you're walking away, he's trying to, and then just falls over dead.
She doesn't even see it. She knows that fucker's dead. He just didn't know it yet.
Yeah. No, that's what happened because you dealt like 36 points of damage.
On one riposte.
On your reaction. That's so fucking brutal.
She's fun.
Okay, so we're back to initiative order. So the cardsman is going to
oh yeah, he's here.
Okay.
Gonna be terrified by what he just saw Reagan do?
No, he's focusing on the other threats. He leaps up, kind of like parkours his way up the side of this building onto like sort of a nondescript building, and Brika, you hear him say, "Spider, should have known you'd take out a contract to kill a little girl." And then he is gonna throw some cards, because that's what he does.
Oh, it's
because he's the cards.
I got it.
Okay, so each of those hit because he's dope as fuck.
And he's hitting the other guys?
You don't see this, but like Brika, you see he just like flicks out 2 cards, and you hear like a cry of pain from a place you can't see on the roof. At this point, upon seeing his big boy go down, the fire guy is going to reveal himself, and he's going to say, "Two can play that game, shitbird."
Oh shit!
And it's a human
with it's a human with like sort of a receding hairline, kind of a scraggy looking face, and he points his hand, and he's gonna cast Flaming Sphere at you actually, Monty, which is gonna hit you and Lynn because Lynn is right next to you.
No! Wait, what? You're throwing it at me?
Yeah, because you could cast spell.
Okay.
And he's like, oh look, this dangerous spellcaster is casting spells.
Did he just call Monty Shitbert?
Shitbird.
Shitbird. I like
But
Shitbird.
for all we know, Monty could just be a shitbird. We don't know
Yeah,
for sure.
Maybe that's just his name, is Shitbert. You know, it's a family name.
Make a dexterity saving throw. Lynn's good.
That was bad. That is called a 12.
12's not save. So you take 11 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Monty, we gotta get you out of here, bud.
Monty.
Lynn takes 5. And then he is going to slam the sphere over towards Brika-cha.
Brika-cha.
Can he even
So
see
make your
Brika-cha?
dexterity save. Wait, is that the Brika-cha he says? No, actually,
He
no.
uses
He's
his
still...
bonus action to get an autograph.
So, Brika, can you make a dexterity saving throw for me?
That is a 20.
Plus 8. Not 20.
All right. So it's like half damage, but it's 2 damage total. You see it coming, and you sort of like cock your head a bit, like, how weird. You kind of just like step to the side a bit. Some of the heat, it's pretty hot, so you sweat a bit. You take essentially 2 sweating damage, but you just kind of see it. It's like bullet time for you. You're just like, huh, weird. And you look back, and he said, "Oh, by the way, I need you to make a concentration check, Monty."
Oh, concentration check?
Yes, you have to beat a 10, a Constitution check of 10.
It's a 10?
No, 10 actually it matches it because the concentration DC to maintain it, it's either half the damage, or if it's below 10, it's just 10. So you actually do. So you meet it. So you beat it. So you do maintain concentration on your flaming sphere.
I've actually managed to do something for once. It's amazing.
You're like, I'm doing it.
My name is Monty, and I have the worst luck.
Then crossbow bolt going at Cardsman. Yeah, okay, that's gonna hit. Brika, you see that a crossbow bolt shoots out and just buries itself into the Cardsman's shoulder, and he goes, you always were a piece of shit, Spider. Then Brika fucking Cha.
We still have the fire guy advancing on us.
The fire guy is currently up on a rooftop. There is still the punch dude who's right up in Monty's face right now, just like.
Okay. Brika-cha is going to stab Punchman with the dagger because Monty can't take a whole lot more damage.
Monty probably can't.
Just a regular dagger this time.
Plus 7. 17.
17.
17? Yeah, 17 actually just hits. Yeah.
And she does have multiple daggers. Can she double attack?
So she can use her bonus action to offhand a dagger. She wouldn't get any of her dexterity modifier as a bonus to the damage, but she would still have plus 7.
Cool. 21.
Holy crap.
Brika Cha.
So, Brika, you just you step over, sort of this like as he's like focusing on Monty, and you just reverse grip your dagger and just drag it across his back, and he just arches in pain. He goes, "Oh, oh!" He looks back at you and he goes, "You fucker!" He has a much higher voice, it seems like, despite his scary gauntlets.
Yeah, if I can.
Yeah, so you can do that, or you also have for your bonus action, you have cutting action, so you can do that. You can dash, disengage, or hide, which don't really apply here, so it may be best to have your second attack here.
Okay, then yeah, I'll attack him again.
Yeah.
Okay.
17 again.
17, yeah, that hits, and it's so it's just 1d4 damage. So what's that?
2.
Okay. Shing, slice through him again. This time he's sort of more ready. He glances most of the blow off his gauntlet, but then it sort of still like flicks out and catches him on the neck a little bit.
I like to think that he said his thing, like, you fucker, and then she was just like, boom!
Yeah.
Slap on the wrist.
How dare you speak to Brika-cha that way?
Do you know who I am? I'm Brika fucking Shaw! So at this point, I actually forgot Lynn's turn. So
Lynn.
she is going to, seeing Shitbird up there, she is going to pull out from her pocket a small book, like a little handheld notebook. She flicks it open to a page, raises her hand, whispering a few words of power, which, Monty, you actually start to recognize. It's Elvish, and she is uttering words of power to cast Magic Missile.
Oh, cool!
Lynn has learned some things from the important people in her life.
Oh, hey, Reagan understands it if she can hear it.
No, you're
I had to look it
no,
up.
you're still like slow walking away.
Yeah, it's a very slow motion.
He's been so dead this whole time, and you're just like, this looks so cool. Everyone's trying to watch me right now. God, I'm so dope. So fucking badass.
Can she have picked up the flame dagger, by the way? Like, to bring it back
Yeah.
over to Brika, and she's just
Yeah,
very
yeah.
slowly making her way over. Hey, since she's walking back towards where everyone is.
Yeah. That's
She might as well be helpful.
Wow, that was 14 damage. That was pretty good. Lynn. And then, oh wow. He actually does not make his concentration save as 3 darts of arcane force shoot out from her hand and just rocket into this man on the top. He just sort of like 1, 2, 3 jerking back with each one. As he does, he keeps trying to like maintain the concentration of the sphere, muttering the words of power. However, as he does, the light from his hand just sort of like flickers and then fades. And as it does, the flaming sphere flickers and fades.
Yay!
Yeah, so that's pretty good.
Lynn's the best.
Then it's Reagan's turn. Speaking of slow walking away, Reagan, you're up.
Reagan has the flame tongue dagger,
Yes.
and Dwarf Sir is still alive. Magic
Dwarfs, Mr.
Punchy.
Mr. Dwarfer.
Mr. Punchman.
Technically, he is listed in the initiative order as Breaker.
And the flame tongue dagger, is this a finesse weapon?
It is a finesse weapon.
So, on that note,
Yes.
she throws the flame tongue dagger at the dwarf man, because Brika's
Okay.
right over there.
Yeah.
She wants to return it. She gets a 15 to hit.
15 does not actually hit his AC. No.
Damn. Well,
He
at
has
least it's
16
closer to
AC.
Brika now.
So you throw it out. It's a pretty good hit, but as he sees it, he sees it and he just adopts a stance and just like twists his hands like as one and glances it off.
Okay.
It's
So-
Brika. It skitters to run maybe 10 feet away from him.
Okay.
You're maybe 30 feet away from him right now.
Okay. I can get there. So she stops slow-mo walking and just,
And starts mo walking.
yeah. And she does her extra attack. And that is a 14 to hit.
14's not hit. No. Once more, you bring your sword down, and he catches it between, like he like crosses his forearms and just catches it between the gauntlets.
Nice.
And then he sort of looks at you and he goes, "Oh, not looking good." He seems very aware of the situation.
He's gonna action surge.
Oh fuck! It's really
Which
not
gives me
looking
2 more
good.
attacks.
I love Reagan because it's like, oh, I missed one. I better hit 3 more times just to make sure.
Yep.
Yeah. So does a 19 hit?
19 definitely hits.
This
I think
son
it's
of
a
a
lot
bitch.
of things.
Okay, so that is a 11
Okay.
and a natural 20 on my second.
God damn it.
And I rolled a 6, so that is 12 plus 4 is 16, so total 25 damage. And she does all of this with no expression on her face. She's just like, kind of was slightly
So-
irritated at the first 2 missing, and then she's just like, like you hit a
So,
TV when it's not working.
So he goes. So he goes. Ah shit! This isn't looking. And then Reagan just boom boom, and his arms just fall off and he dies.
He's flattened.
No, he was like, "You haven't even seen dead." Okay. So next up is Monty.
I'm okay.
Montague Pensmith.
I'm going to cast. Oh, cool! Magic Missile is not concentration. Okay, I'm gonna also
is
cast
not.
Magic Missile because I thought my girlfriend was so cool when she did it.
And you can cast it as a higher level spell if you want.
I'm just gonna cast it at level 1 for now.
Roll your 3d4 and then just add 3 to that.
2.
So an exceptionally average roll. That's going to be 3, so that's 9 damage. So once more, 3 darts of arcane force shoot out and strike into him, and he is just once more boom, boom, boom. He's not looking great right now.
I am gonna move that sphere up there. I'm gonna get it going.
Yeah. Okay, so the sphere is closer to y'all now. It's not like gonna burn anybody, but it's like next turn you get up there. At this point, it's the cardsman's turn. He just keeps advancing forward on the rooftop, and he just goes, "Come on, Spider! Don't we go way back?" And he throws 2 more cards. And then he's gonna sort of look back and he's gonna say, "You got him handled."
Do we?
Well, I mean, everyone else is dead, so.
Is there anything else? Did you get the last one?
The dude up here is he just goes, "No, you don't have me handled." And he's gonna cast Fireball since you're all now nice and grouped up. So I need everybody to make some dex saves.
I got a 10.
Does not save.
Got whatever.
It's 18 plus 8.
Rika got a 26.
Brika is fine as always. She cannot be touched by man or god.
I got a 14.
14 actually did a save, and Lynn got a nat 20 again. Fucking
Okay,
Christ,
good.
Lynn.
I was like, and Monty jumps in front of Lynn if he has to.
And Monty goes, "I'm standing in the way," and he's
No,
and she's like,
we're okay.
"It's not how fireballs work, Monty." And you're like, "It's okay. I'll sacrifice myself." I'm gonna list out the total first. So that's 9 plus 18. You take Reagan, you take 25 points of fire damage.
Okay.
The others, you each take 12 points of fire damage.
Oh boy!
How's Monty looking?
Monty has 2 hit points!
Ugh.
Lynn and Monty don't look great right now. But
Okay.
it's Lynn's turn, and she is going to look over at you, Monty, and she's going to cast Healing Word on you.
I don't know how that works. How does that work, Andrew?
Well, you are going to regain. You regain 7 hit points as she puts her hand on you, whispers, "This is not an Elvish. This is actually it seems to be some lines from a song which you're not really familiar with, but she begins singing softly to you, and as she does, your wounds begin to close a bit.
Yay!
Some of the burns are like going away.
Does that mean that I stop bleeding now?
Yeah. We're gonna Then she is gonna look up at this motherfucker, and she is going to cast Firebolt of her own
Wow.
because Healing Word is bonus action.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. Only 2 damage. That's not great, but it's fine. Lynn's doing pretty good actually, all things considered. Considering she is a character who is 1 level in Bard, 1 level in Sorcerer, and 1 level in Wizard.
And
She's
nothing
kind of a
else,
mess.
we'll never know.
Yeah, so he takes 2 damage. Okay, then it is... Spider is gonna shoot a... Okay, that's not good. Brika, at the corner of your eye, you see another bolt shoot out, bury itself into the cardsman, and he sort of just doubles over from it and just... poison? Really? Come on! Then Brika, Cha is up!
Also, something we've been forgetting to factor in is when she's within 5 feet of an ally, she gets advantage on attacks.
That's true. No, yeah, because Pact Tactics, that's right.
Yep. Tactics. So anyway, so the fire guy's on the roof, right?
Yes, he is currently on the roof. Okay, so Brika Cha, what you got?
So we're all down here.
And you got darts.
Those 2 assholes are on the roof. Yeah, I will fire a dart at Fire Guy.
Does an 18 hit?
18 does hit, yes, it does.
Okay, that's a 3 plus 5.
All right, so Brika, he launches a fireball down at you. There's an explosion of smoke. A bolt of fire streaks up at him, and he sort of it sort of glances off of him, and he looks down like preparing another spell, and then just out of the smoke, just a dart right in his neck. He tumbles down dead.
Yay!
Reagan stabs him for good measure.
So he's gone. Then it is Reagan's turn.
And we just have Spider and Cardman.
Cardsman has been fighting Spider, but you have not seen Spider yet.
So what it sounds like is it's time to run.
Yeah, I'm saying we can't see them. They don't seem to be near us, other than that we can hear them and
So you can see Cardsman. He seems like he's having a pretty rough time of it. He has 3 crossbow bolts in him.
But he's on a roof.
He's on a roof, in maybe 10 feet away from you. It's like 10 feet away and then up the roof. With a decent athletics check, you could probably get up the roof.
That's interesting. Reagan leaves.
Yeah, we want. Can we leave?
Sorry, Cards Guy.
Listen, Cards Guy was gonna kill us, so...
Cards Guy was gonna do something.
Alright, it's fine.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Reagan's gonna go try to find a corner that they can hide in and take a short rest.
Okay. Roll an investigation check for me.
Sure, and also, she is turning to... That's a 1, so she doesn't find it. She turns to Monty. Change your goddamn disguise.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so you don't actually... So, like, you see the place around you. There are currently 3 corpses. There's a Cardsman who is currently fighting Spider. And, it's gray outside. You got a 1.
I have an idea. She drops one of her playing cards on each of the corpses to throw off any investigators, and then she leaves.
Okay, so you're going north?
Yeah, I mean, away from the fight, but in the direction we need to go as much as possible.
And Brika is feeling a little bad about leaving the card guy.
Yeah, Monty feels really bad.
He threatened to fight Reagan. She doesn't give a shit.
The problem with Monty changing his disguise is that he will be down to no first level spells.
Well, that sounds like his problem to Reagan.
We're gonna figure out a better disguise, but for now.
So all of you are double moving up.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me resolve. Let me see who dies real quick.
Please
between
don't
the two
kill
of them.
Cardsman.
You guys, you guys left him. So what? The dice are gonna fall where they fall. You made
While
the choice.
you're rolling, Reagan's gonna go dig through her pack for a second, pull out an old army uniform, turn it inside out so all of the insignias are not showing, and just shove it in Monty's arms.
Okay, that works.
Goddamn magic users can't do anything. And they would be big on Monty, so he can definitely wear it over whatever he's wearing.
Okay.
At this point, you guys just start going to the sound of like crossbow twanging and all that shit. There's some cards flicking out, some more banter from Cardsman, which suddenly cuts off abruptly. After around 3 blocks, you guys hear a familiar voice coming from an alleyway. You hear, "Quick, get in here! Come on! I cleared the way!"
It's Nimian!
You see Nimian Flatfoot,
It's
great
my
sword in hand, is
boy!
gesturing you to come into this alleyway.
Reagan
come on!
trusts Nimian with her life and goes.
And Monty follows. Hopefully Lynn comes.
Yeah, so you guys go in.
Reagan has a huge grin and grabs Nimian's hand and does a very Krogan handshake.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't think I'd see you again till we were both in hell. Good to see you.
And he says, "Sadly, I don't think I'm going there quite yet."
Nimian goes to the millennial school of self-loathing. God, I wish I could just fucking die.
So, Monty has not dropped Disguise Self yet. So as soon as you step in, Nimian looks at you and says, "Good, you're here," and attacks you twice.
Attacks me.
Yes, attacks you twice.
Whoa.
And he's gonna smite.
Nimian, what the hell?
Good thing I still look like Lynn trying to save my girlfriend.
Yes, actually, that is part of the thing here. Monty, you take 21 points of damage as he smites you.
Monty's down.
At that, you see the visage of Nimian shift, and it is a smiling woman, and she says, "Sorry, dearies, just business.